Welcome back, America. We're here with the new ambassador to the United States from Israel, who I've become quite friendly with. My family has too. He's a very good man, Yechiel Leiter. Yechiel Leiter, let me start off with the 800-pound terrorist. That would be Iran. And I keep reading stories that they have enough now material for 6 nuclear weapons, that the time to talk is very, very limited. And this is coming from the UN of all places, the IAEA. What is your thinking about this? Let me just ask you that broad question. What is your thinking about it? The Prime Minister's thinking about it. I mean, our president has said no nukes. Now, no nukes means no nukes. And I know that's the Prime Minister's position. Are both countries kind of coordinating and talking about this?
We are, Mark. As always, it's good to be with you. Yes, the Prime Minister of Israel has been talking about Iran and encouraging the West to take heed that Iran cannot achieve nuclear capability for a long time. You'll remember his appearance in Congress way back when Barack Obama was still president, and President Trump then followed, and he rescinded an agreement which would have seen Iran achieve nuclear weapons down the line. Right now, we're at a pivotal moment because Iran is racing forward in the nuclear program. This week, next week actually, on the 3rd of March, the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, is meeting. They're supposed to produce a report on Iranian progress, but they won't be able to because Iran doesn't really cooperate with the IAEA. And that shouldn't surprise us. These people are liars. They're charming liars, but they lie. And we cannot allow ourselves to be charmed by their attempt to hoodwink Western civilization into allowing them to achieve nuclear power. They mean what they say. There's one thing they tell the truth about, actually, and that's their intention to destroy Israel. How do we know they tell the truth? Because they've already fired hundreds of ballistic missiles with the intention to murder our innocents, to attack our cities, and they say that we're only the beginning. They call us the little Satan. The United States is the big Satan, and they're coming for Western civilization as a whole.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me make my own prediction. You can't talk your way out of this with the Iranian regime. This isn't going to be a matter of diplomacy. It's going to be a matter of military action. That's what it's going to take, because they're just playing rope-a-dope. They're dragging on anybody who wants to talk to them, whether it's the UN, whether it's been the United States, whether it's anybody else. And they need this regime to hold on to any kind of power, because you've so weakened them. You've so weakened their economy. You've so weakened their military. And I'm afraid push is going to come to shove, and it's going to come fairly quickly.
You're absolutely right that you can't talk Iran out of this, but I think we should add that they're not going to be able to talk the Trump administration out of it. I think there's real clarity on the Iranian situation within the Trump administration. There were wonderful talks between the Prime Minister Netanyahu, and President Trump and his team, the Vice President, Secretary of Defense and State. We're on the same page on this, and we're going to work together to ensure that Western civilization remains safe.
Israel's getting maximum support from the United States, isn't it? And that's a huge difference from the prior administration, it seems to me, no?
It's just a pleasure to work with the administration on every front, on every issue. They understand our predicament. This administration understands that there's no better ally of the United States than Israel. The amount of intelligence data that we share with the United States, the experience that we have in technology, our advancements in technology are all shared with the United States. And the relationship is one of brothers, really, older brother and the younger brother. And it's a marvelous relationship. Even if you began to ask me a question on the hostages and, you know, the diplomacy that Steve Witkoff is implementing is really a marvelous state-of-the-art diplomacy, someone who comes with both common sense, experience, and a big heart. And those are rare qualities in a diplomat, and he brings them to the table and has achieved great things. We're going to achieve more with him, although it's a very, very difficult situation that he, together with Prime Minister Netanyahu, are managing now. We want to get as many hostages out alive as we possibly can, but we're committed, very committed, because our public is very committed, that Hamas will not be allowed to stand in Gaza.
Yeah, well, it's tough when you're dealing with bloodthirsty troglodytes, and that's what you're dealing with. We'll be right back.